And a very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the Easy Level Up Videocast, episode 22!
I thought it was 21. Are you sure it's 22?
Well, the thumbnail that you did last week said
21.
episode 21.
Oh,
yeah. So
Tom.
unless we've completely got the thumbnail wrong, and neither of us noticed it,
No, okay.
we are on episode 22, I believe.
Yep. 22.
But anyway, welcome. I am one of your hosts, Tom Mosley, the gaming lead for the UK&I Microsoft Evangelists. And as always, I am joined by the wonderful Hannah Dethridge.
Hello, I'm Hannah Dethridge. I'm the riffraff for this morning.
But no, Hannah, always lovely to have you.
Thank you,
as
Tom.
we always say, it is our favourite time of the week to be able to do these things.
It is. It's awesome. Talk about gaming. And there's so much going on at the moment, honestly, in the gaming world. I think we're all a bit excited all the time.
I don't know if it's got anything to do with November at all. I honestly don't know. It's exciting times. It's exciting times.
It is.
Let's see who we have in chats, because as always, we are live every Monday, generally in the afternoon. A little earlier today, as myself and Hannah are attending some training this afternoon, which clashed with our normal time of around 2-3 o'clock. So we thought we'd bring it forward. But before we get into who else we've got on the show, let's see who we've got in chat. So we have Tashin over on Facebook. You are always the first person in chat, Tashin, so I massively appreciate it. Yes. You are here every single week. So massively appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking. Saying I've got a problem in one of the courses, the benefits of Office, ESCQ, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to complete the course. If you've got any problems with Expert Zone, Tashin, if you email the support page, there's a contact us section in the on the actual website, and they'll be able to answer any of your questions. If you don't hear back from them, let us know. They're generally pretty good at getting back in contact as quickly as possible. We have Paul Thomas over on Facebook as well, Barry Pierce on Facebook, and Access All Xbox over on Twitch. Good afternoon from the UK.
Greetings, one and all. Do you know what? Everyone's going to hear my belly rumble. Let me know if you can hear it rumble, because it's lunchtime and I'm not having any lunch.
Well, as you said, you've got a call straight after this. You'll probably be making lunch on call. So
yes, I will.
We'll wait and see. But Hannah,
Tom,
we have a lot of Xbox news going on at the moment, a lot of gaming news in general, to be honest. But what are we talking about today?
Well, if you remember last week, we spoke about Obsidian Studios as an Xbox Microsoft studio, and we spoke about a spotlight for them and their games, and it was epic. And we thought this week, why not do a similar thing, but bring out the wonderful Rare Studios located in Twycross, and I know where that is. And we're going to talk about everything that they've done and what they're planning to do and what they have, all of the things. And there's a lot. There's a lot of games. And there's a lot of
things to discuss about Rare.
Yes.
But we do need people to discuss that.
We need people. Imagine if it was just me and you. How boring that would be.
People would hate it. People would definitely unsubscribe, unfollow, de-like.
No one needs that in their lives.
Everyone's here for the guests. Everyone's here for the guests.
Exactly. So today we have with us, drum roll please. Okay, that was my drum roll. We have the marvelous Matt Field, everybody. From the field, it's Matt Field from the field. Hey, Matt.
Hey, everyone.
Matt, how is your Monday going so far?
It's going Monday-y. It's going very Monday-y. So, as you can see, I've been banished to bedroom today.
You've got a lot going on in the house, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got a skip arriving. We've got the kitchen being ripped out. We've also, very important, having the gaming room built.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
So it's been a long time coming. So I'm going to have a nice big setup ready to go. And it's just, going to take weeks to get there. So I'm banished to the bedroom for now.
Mate, it's all be worth it. Yeah, it's a small sacrifice and it'll all be worth it when it's finished.
It will indeed. It will indeed.
I definitely want to see pictures when it's done.
So do I.
Amazing. Well, Matt, it's great to have you. I'm looking forward to hearing your viewpoints on Rare as we move through the rest of the show.
And our second guest is the fantastic, the brilliant Becky Adnick we have with us this morning. Hey,
There she
Becky.
is.
How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yes.
I can, yes.
I'm currently distracting this little one because he's trying to chew more wires.
Yes. Question to you. How's your Monday going so far?
Off to a brilliant start, aren't we, Mac? So, yeah, Mac decided to chew through the internet wires, so I had to make a temporary setup for this, but hopefully you can see and hear me okay.
100%. And the thing is, you can't really be mad at her, really. She's so damn cute.
I know. But if you hear banging and crashing, that's what it is.
It's the cat.
Or it could be Matt's kitchen being ripped out. You won't know.
Could be could be that as well.
Either one, look at the draw. But it's really cool to have you both here. And
thanks for having us.
As always, we'd like to get to know a little bit about our guests that we have with us. So I've prepared for you 5, not 1, but 5 quick fire questions. So are you ready, guys, to attempt to answer my quick fire questions today?
I think so.
And remember, guys, in chat, please answer the questions as well. If you are watching us, let us know your answers to these questions as well.
And they are going to be quick. They're going to be quick ones today. So
I'm ready.
We'll go Matt, Becky, Tom, and then me.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So question number 1. Who do you relate with most? A creeper or a skeleton?
Creeper.
Creeper.
I think skeleton. They're a bit more ranged.
That makes sense. I'd probably say creeper, as it takes a lot to get me angry, but when I get there, I'll explode.
I was about to say something similar. I'd be a creeper because I don't have much patience. So when things hit the fan, they hit it hard, and I'm like, Chwa.
I'm a bit like that. I say creeper because I'll go windmilling in. Do you know what I mean? Just go running in, and then just hope that I kind of explode on people. No, that sounds weird. Okay, don't do that.
So moving on to question number 2. Simulators. Okay, simulators. Flight simulator or goat simulator?
Oh, hands down goat.
100% goat.
Becky.
Sorry.
100% goat.
A goat. Okay. Got 2 for goat. Tom, fly or goat?
Definitely.
Goat Simulator, I love. It's random. As much as I love the realisticness and the amazingness things that Microsoft's Flight Simulator does, Goat Simulator is just so much fun.
Yeah. I'm also a Goat Simulator fan. So 4 points. We've all picked the same one there. So that's cool.
I'm getting a lot of answers in chat as well, which is awesome.
Yes. Oh, we've got one for Flight Simulator from Xbox or Access All Xbox. Xbox All Access. Access All Xbox. Awesome. So question number 3. Crash or Spyro?
Spyro.
I'm going to go Crash.
Ooh.
This is so hard, but I'm going to have to say Crash Bandicoot.
I'm Spyro. I think I go Spyro.
I don't know now. You're making me second guess now. I don't know.
The only reason I've said Crash is I've got memories of me and my sisters playing Crash Bandicoot and taking turns every time we died or completed a level when I was a kid. But Spyro came into my life later, even though it was a similar era.
I love
platforming for me. Like for those people that do know me and play games with me, I am the worst platformer in the world. I cannot jump to save my life. However, 3D world, that's a little bit different. Yeah, that's all right. But a platformer where it's kind of just like in a straight line and jump on things, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All good. Nostalgia feelings. Okay.
Nostalgia.
What? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got two more. Question number 4. If you were an Xbox, would you be the Series X or the Series S?
X, baby.
I think I'd probably be the S. I'm still powerful, but I'm a little petite.
I like that. That's really cute.
Oh, I'd probably say X, and that's probably the lockdown weight talking there. I'm a little bit bigger. I'm a little bit bigger. I'm a little bit more square. But probably the X.
Awesome. I really like Becky's answer. I was going to say I'd be the S because I am kind of small and skinny, and but I can pack a punch. So there we go.
Wait.
That was my thinking.
I was with Tom. I was definitely, you know, bigger, just bigger. I discovered chocolate pretzels. What did you discover?
Oh. Chocolate
Loneliness.
pretzels are a mean thing. A mean
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so question number 5. Okay, last question. What is this? This isn't as quick fire. What is your favorite game soundtrack?
Oh,
Actually,
easy.
I know. Yeah, I thought about it and then went, no, I know.
Yeah, I
Easy.
know.
And it's recently changed.
Okay.
Recently. So Control by Remedy.
Yes.
100% hands down my favorite game soundtrack right now. There's a track in there called Take Control by Old Gods of Asgard, which is a
Ooh,
band
that
featured
sounds
in the
amazing.
game.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's a band that's from that, you know, so the Alan Wake and all that kind of stuff. It's featured in all of those, and the song's called Take Control. It's epic.
Powerful.
Amazing. Well, Becky and Matt, you are getting some representation from our boss, Gregory Nichols, going shout out to Adney and Field.
Hey, Greg.
Adney and Field.
What's up, Greg?
We're getting a lot of answers in the chat.
We are. Paul Thomas is also eating peanut butter pretzels right now, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, I have been putting the answers on screen, just not necessarily shouting them out, but they are definitely there. But if you anyone you want to shout out.
Hey, well, Halo 3 from Games Guru, or In the Will of the Wisps
100%.
from Access or Xbox. So yeah, there's 2 really good soundtracks that are there. What was yours, Becky?
Mine would be the original Halo soundtrack. So many memories for me on that one. And like I just visited my dad the other day and it was playing in his garage while he was tinkering with his motorbike. And I'm like, because it's like mine and his like memories of just sitting down when I was young playing games. But yeah, that'll never die for me.
No, that's an awesome memory. I think for me, it has to be the Borderlands series. Mainly because whenever I hear the title track or like the trailer track from a Borderlands trailer, all I want to do is play Borderlands. It just gets me excited for those games. And you've got your Psycho Mask behind you. So yeah, I'd probably say Borderlands I absolutely love. BioShock is also amazing, especially from Infinite. Funny enough, we had a song from BioShock Infinite play at my wedding.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
There are some awesome game soundtracks. It's part of the immersive experience of gaming. I think the music, for me, it would probably be Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, all those songs.
I'd have never
so good, the best. Like because they're so powerful, and then there's some that just remind you of being in a pub, and they're just like drinking songs. And then there's magic songs. Saying that though, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, here we go. Bringing up Red Dead every week.
It's my favorite game ever. There's a song on there called Unshaken that is just, it's just, I don't know, it just gets me in the feels. It's when you ride in and there's just so much that's happened and this song plays. And now whenever I hear it, I feel really emotional. Sorry. This is my therapy for Red Dead, this videocast, because I'm still not over it and I have to talk about it every time. I'm sorry.
It's your AA meeting for Red Dead.
It pretty much is. But yeah, I think that they're
also
really good.
Is it Red Dead Redemption? No, RDR.
RDR. A song for every occasion. That was it. That was the end of the quick fire questions. And we did okay. It was under 20 minutes.
Yeah, we did it right with that. Usually we're still talking about it for the next 10 minutes and we're like, we've got other things to talk about. Because
they delve deep into your brain.
Very, very much so. But people are still shouting out about song tracks and soundtracks and all those bits and pieces. Gregory Nichols is getting involved pretty heavily as well. So it's... hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more about us. We do these every single week. So if you want to find out the other quick fire questions that have happened, make sure you jump back for the 20 other episodes that we've done.
Yes.
They're all available on demand on our All Things Microsoft YouTube channel. There is a playlist there with all of the episodes in. So feel free to go back if you have missed any. And one thing that I have forgotten is if you are watching this on demand and you do want to answer any of these questions, let us know what those answers are. All of our Instagram social handles are on screen in our little boxes. Mine's down there. There we go. If I can point in the right direction. They're all in the bottom left corner of our screens. So feel free to reach out to us on there. Give us a follow if you don't already. Always appreciate to see what we get up to on a daily basis. We're all gamers here. So I think pretty heavily talk about games on our social channels and post things and bits and pieces. You never know. You might see Matt's new gaming room when it gets finished over on there. So something to follow for. But anyway, you've learnt about us. We've learned a little bit about you because you guys have been posting in chat, which is always appreciated. But we're here, as Hannah said, to talk all things about Rare Studios, a UK-based Xbox game studio who have been around a pretty long time. They've made a handful of games, let's say. Does anyone just a handful? Does anyone want to hazard a guess of how many games Rare have published?
Over 30.
Well, you're not wrong.
Because I'm older, I'm going to go. I've been around longer, more experienced, so I'm going to go for 70.
70?
I don't think I would have gone that high, but now, I don't know, 50?
Okay, so we've got over 30 from Hannah.
Which is correct.
50 from Becky and 70 from Matt. If you include games that they've re-released on other consoles, so they've had to do a port across or do some more work onto it, they have made 124 games.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So they released their first game in 1986, which was Versus Slalom on the Nintendo system. And since then, they have released 124 games. There are a couple of kind of like, there's like a Battletoads, and they've done one with like Battletoads and Double Dragon and Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. And so there's a couple of like spin-offs, but they have been part of 124 games since 1986, which is just brilliant.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's just gobsmacking. Like, I knew they'd been around and they'd done stuff and they'd released loads of games, but it was kind of baffled me when I was counting the list this morning. I was like, you know what? Like last week when we did Obsidian, we listed I think it was like 15 games that they kind of worked on. I thought, oh, I'll do the same for Rare, but we'll be here for the whole video cast if I had to read out all 124 games.
Yeah.
But what I want to know from you guys, and we'll go Matt, Hannah, Becky, me, can you kind of talk about your favorite Rare games from the past, if anyone can do any quick maths, since 1986?
However old Gregory Nichols is, I think. 30, 20. I
don't know. I was 88 and I'm 31, so add 2 years. 33 years. There we go.
Oh my God, I feel so old.
So yeah, Matt,
so old.
Let us know, what are your kind of, when you think of Rare, what games kind of spring to mind?
So it was all about Nintendo for me when I was like a kid. So a lot of the Rare games I played were Nintendo. I didn't really know about developers and such. I think Rare was probably one of the first developers that I went, that's made by Rare.
Yep.
So, do you know what I mean? Whereas, we're going to talk about it later, I guess. One of us has got to have, heard of like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and all those kind of games. But it was when a game came out, Rare was the one where I was like, that's made by Rare. So I knew that it was a developer, a studio had made that, not just Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? It was somebody else. So for me, it was Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
Was the first game where I was like, this is amazing. A bit like we were talking about Spyro before. It's that 3D world where you could it was as open world as it could be back in those days. You know what I mean? You could go anywhere you want, do all little puzzles and that kind of stuff. And there's 2 characters.
Got to get your puzzle pieces.
Picking up your puzzle pieces, yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And it was a story. They were all cute characters, and then there was spin-offs and so on. But I would say for me, it was that and Perfect Dark, which was the spiritual successor to GoldenEye. So it was after GoldenEye. It was a more spacey feel. I think the aliens were called Mayans, I think. And you played as a female character, Joanna Dark, who kicked some booty.
Yes.
So and it was, I remember it being the first co-op game I played with a friend as well. So you could play co-op modes, which was really, really cool.
Okay. So when you talk Perfect Dark, are you talking like N64 era, or were you?
Yeah, I'm talking
Perfect Dark
N64,
Zero, which re-released on the Xbox.
Yeah, I'm talking Perfect Dark, the original 90. I can't even tell you now how old I was. Probably about 14, something like
that. Year 2000, it released on the 64. So 20 years ago, nearly 21 years ago.
20 years ago. So I was 19. Wow. Well, I was older than I thought I was. So you know, I'm nearly 40. So
nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, it was just I've been gaming for a long time. So there's me going, yeah, when I was a kid. No, I was actually a fully grown adult, sat there playing games, and have been a fully grown adult ever since.
Very true.
So yeah,
very true.
the one thing I do remember about Rare as well is they were the first developer that I knew of being a developer, but everything that they released was new. It was different. Everything had something different about it. It was never the same thing twice, apart from maybe, you know, the fact that it was a first-person shooter, Perfect Dark over GoldenEye kind of thing. So yeah, they've always been around and they've always been pioneers, let's say. I think
100%. They've always like pushed the boat out and done something different with the technology that's available. 100%. Amazing. Well, Matt, thank you very much for those.
No
Hannah, how about you?
Me. So when I think of Rare, my absolute standout go-to game is Viva Pinata that Access All. I'm so sorry I can't say your name today, but Access All Xbox has mentioned previously in the chat. Viva Pinata I remember I used to play Fable and I used to play Viva Pinata on the 360, and I used to just switch between the two and I'd have the best days of my life. Viva Pinata was fun and it was vibrant, and there was so many different creatures. You had the ability to make a garden, and then different pinatas would come and visit your garden. And if you made it good enough, if you reached the requirements for them, then they'd stay. And then you'd have sneaky people that would come in and try and sabotage everything. So you had to try and sort of get over that and keep your garden flourished. And you had to get different items to do that. And it was just awesome. It was just so much fun. I was thinking of some names of some creatures, and I can't say them, as you're all aware, I can't pronounce anything, but worms, worms and bunnycombs and rorios and elephanillas. Yeah. No?
Imaginative names.
Well, I didn't make them up, but they were the pinata creatures. Did anyone else play Viva Pinata?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Me.
Which is it's not normally my game, but again, it was something different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
But there is something about it that makes you go, this is different, I want to play it. And then you get sucked in. It's almost like those life simulators, like The Sims and stuff like that. You go, oh yeah, I'll play for an hour. And then it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I think it's that whole, instead of you going to get something, they come to you. So it's waiting and it's like, who's visiting today? Who's come to see me? And yeah, it was just awesome. The good times, the best of times. Viva Pinata.
Very true.
GG.
I never played the sequel though. Like Games Guru's talking about Trouble in Paradise. Like I knew it exists. I know it exists. I just never played the sequel. Only played the original. But
yeah, I only played the original. I think they brought out a few different ones.
Yeah, it is backwards compatible though as well. And I believe it's on Game Pass.
I think it might be. It was on their 30 when they Rare had their 30th anniversary, and they brought out 30 like backwards compatible games.
Rare replay, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully if you haven't given Viva Pinata a go, you have a great excuse to go and play it now.
Yes.
Definitely. But Becky, what are your games for Rare? Like what springs to mind?
I mean, quite honestly, I have to agree with Hannah, as boring as that makes me because I'm repeating. But for one particular memory, it was one of the first games that I played online In fact, I think it was the first game I ever played online. But I hadn't yet experienced the evil creatures that come into your garden and the scary noise that happens as they enter the garden. And then you have to go over and whack them on the head with a shovel until they burst into candy. However, I was very young when that game came out, very, very young, and that was absolutely terrifying for me. So it at the time wasn't the most pleasant memory, but now looking back, it was actually really quite fun. But then I was also going to talk about, they had like a racing game. It was kind of like Mario Kart, but with Viva Pinata.
I think Derek's just dropped it into the chat. He said, "Did you ever play the Viva Pinata spin-off race?"
Right. So this, I don't think a lot of people spoke about this at the time, but I recently went back to it with family and friends to do like a game night, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
I was just going to try to see if I could find the name of it, but
Is it Party Animal?
Yeah.
What Games Guru said.
Yes, that was the one. Yes.
Oh, okay.
They did that with a lot of their. They did that with a lot of their titles. They had Diddy Kong Racing as well. They did. Rare did that. Do you remember that from Donkey Kong? I used to love that game, Diddy Kong Racing.
It was amazing, like, because like Mario Kart kind of started all of that, and there's been like so many spin-offs. You've seen it with Sonic, you've seen it at Diddy Kong now. There are so many games now that kind of have spun off from Mario Kart and made some incredible games. So yeah, hats off to Mario Kart, but there are some brilliant spin-offs from it as well. Amazing.
So what are yours, Tom?
Mine, my core one, that when I think of Rare, the first game I ever think of is GoldenEye on the N64. I am definitely of that era that I begged my parents for an N64 when I was younger, really to only play GoldenEye. There was a bit of Mario 3D in there as well, Super Mario 3D. But yeah, GoldenEye has so many memories of playing split screen with your friends, just trying to work out the controller and having the golden gun and just running around these maps. I went to a arcade bar in Manchester before lockdown when I was doing an event, and me and a couple of mates sat there and just played GoldenEye for hours. And it's amazing to kind of remember all of those original childhood memories. So yeah, for me, GoldenEye is the top of the pile. But a notable mention to either Conker's Bad Fur Day on the 64, or Conker Live and Reloaded, which was re-released on the Xbox. Because Conker, what a character. Yeah, just slapstick humor, rude humor. Just loved it. Loved every minute of that game. So yeah.
And cute. Conker's cute.
He is. Very rude, but cute.
Got away with it.
Yes, he definitely could get away with it because of that. Yeah, I only played it a little bit on the N64, and then when it really released on the Xbox is when I like kind of fully played through the whole game. But yeah, absolutely brilliant games. Brilliant. So yeah, they're mine.
That's cool. That was nice. It's nice to delve into people's memories, get a bit of nostalgia flowing.
Go down memory lane.
Definitely, and everyone in the chat seems to have jumped on board as well and had some cool mentions and cool things to say. So thanks, guys.
Always good. Right, so we've talked about past, we've talked about memory lane. Oh, Matt's gone.
Bye, Matt. Matt's gone. Matt's like, I'm out now.
Didn't like your answer.
I don't like the future. I'm gone.
Hopefully Matt will be back. Matt, if you can hear us, just click the link again. It will bring you back in. But now there's three of us. We will continue into kind of current day Rare. And when I mean current day, there's kind of two key titles that, well, a key title that's already released, has been released a couple of years, and then there's a new one that they've recently announced. So the first one has to be Sea of Thieves. Hannah is...
T-shirt off the occasion.
I didn't even... I was like, oh, you're wearing a Sea of Thieves t-shirt. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no, we're talking about Rare, Tom. Yeah, come on.
That's why. Look at the logo. I'm
the only person not wearing a gaming t-shirt today. I thought
Tom,
I represent another
you?
brand. I know, who even am I? Take me off the show.
Do you even go
take me off the show. But that has to be... The first topic of conversation I want to talk about is Sea of Thieves. Like, it launched in 2018, and we've now had nearly like 2 years worth of updates, constant changes, constant player base, released on Xbox, now on PC, as in through Steam. Let me just bring Matt back in again.
Hey!
Hello, sir.
So yeah, builders have just cut through the power cable. So
You're here, mate. It's fine. You're good. You're good. So yeah, Matt, we have now switched across to kind of current day rare. So talking about Sea of Thieves. And what I really want to know from you guys is like, do you play it? Did you play it? Have you kind of transitioned with it? What do you love about it? What would you like to see kind of coming in the future? So if anyone's got any initial thoughts they want to jump in straight away with, please go ahead. But yeah, what do you guys think of Sea of Thieves?
I love Sea of Thieves. I'm jumping in. I think it's great. I think it's, and I've said this before on previous video casts, for a community feel to be able to get people together and play together, and there not be much pressure, but it's up to you. There can be a lot of pressure if you want the pressure to do certain tasks and voyages, or you can just be really chill and you can go about it at your own pace. I think there's something really special about that. I love pirates. Like, pirates are just amazing. So to be in that realm and to have your own avatar and be a pirate, to play all the music, and I'm honestly the worst person to play Sea of Thieves with because I'm a troll, and that's why I love it so much, because I can mess up everybody's game. I'm always been thrown into the brig because I'm either just I'm trolling, I'm making the anchor not go up when they all want it to go up, and then I put it back down, or I just jump off the boat and then I'm like, hey guys, I'm in the ocean, can you come and get me? I'm an absolute maverick, and I really enjoy it. Let me just
take a note. Don't
play
Hannah to a game.
But I really love it, and it's a great game to test your friendship with people, and so you know who are your true friends, who are not. Play Sea of Thieves. That's what I'd say. But it's awesome, and I like that there's cats. There's cats now, which is great.
Dogs now, and dogs.
Hey, there is dogs. Yeah. I haven't played since there's been dogs.
It's literally the day at launch. I went, I'm buying a dog. I literally logged in, bought a dog, held the dog, and went, right, I've got to go and do something else now.
I'm someone who hasn't stayed on it consistently since launch, but every time I go on, it has changed. Not to the point where it's a different game, but just they are the definition of a community-led game. They listen to their community and make changes so often. Because every time I go on, something's different and a dynamic has changed slightly. And I think that's what games should be about, like listening to community feedback and making it what we want. So yeah, hats off to them for that. Every time I go on, something new is there.
Yeah, and I think that's like, they do monthly updates, whether that is huge new areas or new missions, or if it's just quality of life bits and pieces or cosmetics. Every single month, Rare updates Sea of Thieves to make it better for the player base, whether that's new tasks, new cosmetics, a new way to interact. Because when it first launched, you could only communicate via voice.
Yep.
And then they put text talk in as well, that you could then emote and stuff like that, making it accessible to absolutely everyone. I think that the most recent update, they enabled you to play the game with a single thumbstick. So you can actually play the game. You can turn on the setting in the settings to have single thumbstick control. So if you have only the ability to only use one, you can still play Sea of Thieves.
That's awesome.
Which
that is really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. I haven't given it a go myself, but I saw on their kind of monthly update that it's coming, and then with the new update, I had a quick look and it was there. So yeah, you don't need any specialty controllers to be able to play if you don't have the ability to be able to use both hands or use both thumbsticks. Is you can now just turn on single thumbstick, which is awesome.
That's so cool. There's always something new. That's the thing I love about it. If you've neglected Sea of Thieves for a little bit, or you've thought, because a lot of people think it's the same old stuff, but you go on, it's not. There's something new. There's always something new.
I did when it first came out. I played it and had fun with it, then left it alone for ages. And actually, it was lockdown. Yeah. Me and friend of mine, he's godparent to my little one. I'm godparent to his little one. And we got him and his little one playing Sea of Thieves with us. And obviously they got into it now. They're all into Xbox. And I got my little one. She's not very good. She's only 4, but she's like, banging the controller and stuff. But we've all, had a party on that and played. And what I liked, I haven't done the dogs like since the dog update. I haven't been on then, but they did update it just before lockdown with It was some quests or something that you could go on, and the quests were very sort of cryptic, and you had to get through the riddles.
Yep.
And it was cool trying to get the kids to figure out what the riddles were, because we didn't have a clue. We just used to go on you know, on the internet and go, how do we do this one? But you know, the kids were trying to figure it out, and it was actually really quite cool, and getting the kids involved was epic. And I think we got attacked by a kraken at one point and all kinds of stuff. We found a fort where you did waves and waves of bad guys, a bit like a zombies kind of thing. And yeah, they had a great time. I was rubbish, but they had a great time.
But that's what I like about it, is that any age can, in some way, in shape or form, enjoy Sea of Thieves, whether it's just kind of staying on the boat and kind of sailing around while everyone else battles the skeletons, or if it's digging up treasure and reading the map and pointing people in the right direction. When you are a pirate, or when you are on a boat, let's generalize it, is everyone has a role. You've obviously got someone at the helm who's steering, someone who's looking after the sail, someone's looking after navigation.
Can you sail, Tom?
No.
Oh, you sound like you can sail.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely sail. I've been on a sailboat and helps, but I definitely couldn't do it by myself.
Helm?
On the helm. But yeah, I think no matter who you are, there is something of Sea of Thieves that you can enjoy, which is what I love about the game. And I say that, and I primarily play the game solo, but it's you also have the option. You have bigger to smaller boats, and you choose how you want to play, which is brilliant. And the new update goes further in on what you were saying, Matt, as well, about getting riddles to solve. To solve bits and pieces, and now you solve riddles to go to a location. You get a speciality compass. So do you know the compass in Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow's compass, that always points to the direction of the treasure or whatever it is? You now have that in Sea of Thieves. So that points you to a location, to an island. You don't have a map telling you where to go. You just have to follow the compass. You then have to dig up map pieces. As you then stitch them together, you work out what island is the final island. You go to the final island, you get a key for an ancient vault of the gold hoarders, and then you go and unlock the vault and have to try and solve that riddle to get all the treasure out. It took me like 4 hours to do it solo, but it's so much fun. And then you get attacked by someone and you lose everything, but that's just being a pirate.
That's the thing. So when you've actually completed your goal, this is the thing that like frustrated me at first when it was early on, is like when you've got all the stuff and you go, right, I'm going to take this back to this little outpost now, and I'm going to get all this stuff, and I'm going to go buy myself a spade, right? Because that's what it is. It's buying the cosmetics and having you looking the best you can, right? But as soon as you step out of like the place you've got all your treasure from, you've then got the added sort of anxiety that you're going to get attacked at any point by somebody like Hannah, right?
I attack my friends. I don't attack anybody else.
Oh, right, okay. Right. So, but that's what I mean. You've got that extra kind of, oh my god, you know.
Sorry,
go on.
Have you ever played and you've seen a boat coming and you've seen other people coming and then they help you? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, no, but yeah.
And that's the most beautiful experience.
Even that as an experience is epic, because you go, it's that whole, I'm going to wave at them and see if they wave back.
Yeah.
And if they wave back, they go, these guys might be okay.
Yeah. And then
they double cross you, and then they spin all your stuff.
Hey, yeah. Has anyone ever waved back and then actually not been okay?
I've had someone come to my rescue. I was being chased and like being shot at by another ship. And then a big galleon came out from behind an island and then destroyed that ship and let me carry on sailing. I was like,
they let you go.
The best! And they let me go.
That's amazing.
Wicked. And I've never been so happy, because I had so much stuff and I was really panicking, starting to get a little angry that I was going to lose all this hard work. And this galleon destroyed the other ship and then just let me go. I was like,
wow.
Thank you, galleon.
That's
I love
beautiful.
moments
really
like
cool.
that.
Poetic.
But
maybe you should have joined his fleet. They should start like an armada. You know what I mean?
Definitely
yeah, you could just be mercenaries and just help people out.
That could be you could be like the Batman of Sea of Thieves.
Yes. Write it down. Write this down.
Definitely. The thing is, one thing I wish you could do, as much as you can like join a PvP server, because the whole of Sea of Thieves is a PvP server, is I wish you could almost have a closed server of you and like 16 other mates. And like you could just have some fun with it. You go, oh my god, Hannah and her crew are attacking me. Like I'd have more fun with it if I knew that it was my friends attacking me more than a randomer who's just wanting to hassle.
Yeah.
I would love that to be able to go.
We used to do a similar thing back in the Red Dead Redemption, the first one days, where you just used to get a server and just get like, was it like 16, 17 of you in this one world, and you just go around doing all the missions and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, just to sort of grab everybody and have a little fleet going round.
Yeah. Because you can never guarantee that you're going to be in the same game. Even if you search for games at the same time, you're never going to guarantee it. So that would be something I'd love to see is, you know what, I want a PvP server, but with my mates, so I can muck around with them and kill them instead of killing a randomer. I know that ship in the distance, they've got that flag on it. I know that's Hannah. I'm just picking on you.
What
here,
is this? I feel like you have some internal need to hurt me. What is this? Why is it coming out on a live video cast?
Hey, you're the one that wants to attack all their friends. I'm just reciprocating.
Fair enough.
But Becky, is there anything kind of you would like to see added or changed? Or are you happy? Have you played it recently? Have you kind of seen the updates? Or
I liked the recent update that brought you could join the guilds. Is that what they call them? I don't know. They had a specific name for them. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I'm glad I remembered that.
I liked that update, and that was something that I was hoping that was going to come in. So I was really happy to see that, because that reminds me of kind of like Elder Scrolls vibes, where you can choose what route you want to go down, and there's a reward at the end of it. That was something I really wanted, so my wish is almost granted, I think. And if there wasn't cats in it, that would be what I was asking for.
Very true. Yeah, we've now got dogs, cats, parrots, and I'm sure there's another animal. Is there a monkey?
I think just more animals in general. Like I'd be happy to see as many animals as possible.
But I actually have just looked at the time. And we are getting very close to 1 o'clock. And I know Hannah has a pretty hard finish at 1. So I know a couple of you have mentioned it in chat already. And I want to thank you guys for talking Sea of Thieves, because it's an awesome game. But Rare are making a new game.
This is how I'd introduce it, with flames.
There we go.
Ever wild, ever wild.
I'll do the rain.
So it's like... Ever wild, ever wild, ever wild.
And that is Everwild. If you hadn't have guessed from Hannah's chanting, there hasn't been a huge amount of information about it. It got announced at XO 19 last year, and we've seen, I think, one more trailer since then.
Yeah, I think so.
Just looks very mystical and magical. But if Rare's anything to go by, it's something that I'm very much kind of looking forward to. But I really want to understand from like you guys, is what are you kind of hoping that it's going to be? Pardon me, as my stomach starts grumbling.
Because we spoke about it already, it's got, to me, the trailer that I've seen, first of all, it looks gorgeous. The art style is amazing. It's kind of like a cross between, dare I say it, Breath of the Wild and Sea of Thieves, kind of mixed a little bit.
I like that.
But then the animals, like some of these big, massive animals that you see in this trailer, one of them looks like a hairy walrus with legs. So the imagination that's gone into it is incredible. But the one thing I did notice is there wasn't a single piece of conflict or combat or I don't know, like fighting in the trailer. It was very kind of like, from what I got, it was like it's all about these creatures and collecting creatures, and then some sort of essence from those creatures that you I don't know, transform into. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But it just looks really sort of intriguing, and it's got that kind of Viva Pinata sort of vibe about it, where it's kind of, you're going to collect animals, dare I say it? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, it's all a bit sort of, what's going on here? And again, it's something new by a developer that we all know. So it's kind of like they're doing something different again. And I'm intrigued. So I'm definitely going to play it. 100% going to just give it a go.
No,
it does look amazing.
Yeah,
I just want to point out Daggercast's message saying it's in a drawing from Everwild that got liked by the executive producer of the game.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
You can hear me, but I can't hear you.
That's cool. That's really cool.
There we go.
Oh, hi, Tom.
Hello.
That's a claim to fame, that is.
That's a very much claim to fame. I'll be interesting to know if it was Louise O'Connor. I think she's the executive producer at the moment. I was lucky enough to meet her a couple of years ago. And yeah, she's a really, really nice lady. And I'm so happy that she's kind of part of this project and showcasing what she's capable of doing, which would be amazing.
She did one of my, I think she was involved in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which was one of my favorites. Again, a really, really good game. Really good.
Awesome. But yeah,
Everwild.
Becky,
Everwild. I think what Matt said, it does look absolutely stunning. I'm really intrigued because I am a bit of a nature hippie anyway, and I get this kind of just these vibes of symbolism and symbolicness and the creatures and the relationships between the creatures and the humans, which I think are called Eternals. I think they're called Eternals. That's what the adventurers. I think they're like adventurers, and that's what they're going to be called. And then all of these weird, bizarre, spiritual creatures. I want to explore that connection between the characters, the explorers, the adventurers, and the creatures. And I just think that's really, really cool. It's a totally different vibe to a game that I've kind of ever seen. Yeah. I just think it's going to be beautiful, and there's going to be nice music. It's going to get me in the feels. I think I'm going to have to be ready. I'm going to have to be calm and collected and go on this journey. And no, I'll probably then come to therapy on the videocast about Everwild. Probably. That's what will happen. But I'm really, really excited. I wish there was more. I want to know more. I want to know more about what's happening.
Well, I mean, you're going to be able to do that with, I'm guessing it's co-op as well. You're going to be able to do it with your friends. So all that you said you're going to experience that with other people too, which is cool.
So we'll all come to therapy in the videocast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're all here.
But Becky, is there anything that you like about the look, feel, same as everybody else? Kind of things you're hoping it's going to be?
I think, like the guy said, whenever Rare do something, the design element of it is always beautiful, and this especially looks absolutely stunning. I think Matt raised a good point about the conflict thing. I would really like to see something different when it comes to the dynamic of what conflict happens within the game. I would love to see a lot of companionship between you, the player, and the other creatures in the game. Because I'm a sucker for companionship in games.
Yes, like they help you, like different ones do different
I would
things.
love to see that kind of element of, depending on what creature you come across, is what help you would receive. And I think that kind of thing would be really, really cool. That's the vibes I got. I could be completely off track, but that's the kind of vibes.
We can all hope. We can all hope for all these things, and hopefully, if Louise O'Connor or Rare are listening right now, or watching on demand, feel free to give us a shout. We'll happily give you all the ideas.
And I want a hairy walrus. I want a pet hairy walrus with legs.
There we go. You heard it here first, guys. Matt wants a hairy walrus
with legs.
With legs.
Walruses have legs. Do they not have legs?
No, they're not like flippy
kind
things,
of like
flippers. Flippers are legs. How dare
They're
you?
like really large seals.
I know what a walrus is. I do know.
A flipper isn't a leg. Let's not. No, it's not a leg. It's a flipper, isn't it?
If you can use it to move and hoist yourself from one area to another, I'd say it's a leg.
Okay, so for people, everybody, everywhere watching this, walking is now us hoisting ourselves around
from one place to another. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
What do you use with the great legs? I hoist.
I think it's pirate terminology. It's all the Sea of Thieves hoist.
Or as Games Guru said, a walk-rus.
I love it.
Puns.
Love that.
Love it. But we have got to Access All Xbox is off as well. So
we might as well join him.
But we are getting to a point where we are going to have to end our stream today. We've all got busy days for the rest of the afternoon. But yeah, if you guys do have any questions about anything from Rare, whether that's the new games that are coming out, past games that you want to discuss, all of our handles are on screen for Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us there. Let us know your thoughts. As always, we have a week's worth of content across on our Xbox Zone live channels, which will be shown on the schedule at the end. But we will be back next Monday to talk all things gaming once again. But I want to say a massive thank you to Matt and to Becky for joining us
Thank you.
this
Thank
week.
you.
It's been great. I've been love talking about Rare, and Hannah, as always, a wonderful host. So I want to thank you very much for being here as well. The builders are clapping in the back of.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Thank you, Tom, as well.
No problem.
Thanks for being here.
Love being here. Love doing it. I can't wait for next week. Talk more things gaming, and I hope this doesn't end. I hope Greg just goes, yeah, just keep going.
Forever.
Don't worry about it. Just
Forever
keep
and
going
ever.
forever.
Just as, when we're old and grey.
Pretty much. But until next week, guys, we will leave you with that. I'm going to get myself ready to put the holding screen on. But we will see you next week, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.